Hi, it's Peg and Des on
Basketball Wives.
Alright, there's not a lot to talk about on this show. It is getting worse and worse every week. I felt like this week it was a 13-year-old slap fight kind of an episode. Before we dive in, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up.
Absolutely, and make sure to check out the other videos on our channel. This week, I was bored.
The first week you're bored. I've been telling you I'm bored every week.
Right, but see, your whole thing is, I've never watched this show. I'm coming to it for the first season. It's not exciting. I'm coming to the show with a little bit more credits in my bank because I've been a Basketball Wives viewer, so I have a little bit more patience with the show. My patience actually ran out this week.
Yeah, you know, yes, I'm coming to it from a viewer, and I was excited. I thought, okay, this is going to be great.
Well, I hyped it up. I mean, in fairness to you, I hyped the show up in a very big way because I said it was an exciting show. Right. I lied.
I think part of the problem is, Tammy, maybe she was one of the major drama producers last season. This season, she's on her anger management tour. She's meeting with her therapist. She's talking about little Tammy's in a closet or whatever. So she's not providing any drama. Tasha is new, and I think she's trying to provide drama, but it's really not working.
I think the problem is, because I was watching the show last night, I was thinking about the same thing. What, in the absence of the violence, what could we get popping this season, right? Because you don't necessarily want to say that in order for a show to be hot, Tammy has to be throwing things at people or Tasha has to be, you know, cutting folks in the street. So what in the world could be interesting about this show? I feel like the ladies do not reveal major parts of their lives. So it is a reality show, but it's only the parts of the show that they want you to see, which turns out to be a lot of superficial drama. Because that situation between Tasha and Stephon Marbury, why not explore that further? Right. But she likely doesn't want to have that kind of dialogue on camera. Or, even better, what happened to Tammy's relationship? Tammy was in a relationship last season and claimed that she was the happiest person on earth. But then this season she says, I'm not in a relationship anymore. Why not explore that? What's going on there? Or keep in mind that Shawnee has a relationship with the McDonald's commercial boy.
Right.
How come we don't explore that? I mean, we brought him on camera to learn that he thinks he's, you know, Denzel Washington, but we don't really understand the dynamics of that relationship.
Well, I also think the issue is that it's very clear to me that these women don't have much of a relationship with each other outside of this job. Or if they do, they've decided to compartmentalize the rest of their relationship and just focus on the drama of the week, which is usually petty. For example, Tasha yelling at the girls about leaving her birthday party.
She held a summit for that, actually.
And it was so childish. And Shawnee, you know, she kept trying to be really, really stank with people, and Shawnee was like, oh, okay. All right, I guess you're right to be upset. I maintain that I didn't do anything wrong, but okay. And her reaction was just so
passive-aggressive.
Right, because at some point, even if you think, okay, well, I guess this person was a birthday party, at some point I would have been like, look, you're a grown woman. You are not 13 years old anymore. Birthday parties are not that big a deal anymore when you're turning 40 or whatever old you're turning. And so get over it, because right now you're acting very, very annoying. But Shawnee never got to that point with her.
You notice that Evelyn, though, what you just said, Evelyn said, but she said it in the confessional to the camera. She didn't say it to Tasha, which I couldn't understand. This season, I'm trying to understand if Evelyn is trying so hard to use this show as a public relations event as opposed to a reality show that she doesn't want us to see her in any kind of conflict, right? Because the whole beginning of the season was, I'm good, Chad is bad, I'm not the person you think I am. So now when there are opportunities for her to actually speak up and say something, she'd rather talk to the confessional as opposed to the person. So we lose a lot in the show. Evelyn, there is a fine balance between throwing wine bottles and not speaking to people. Like there's a middle ground there.
Right. And when you say the PR thing, that's exactly what I felt last night when they did the whole sequence with Evelyn and her clothing line. I just thought, here we go again.
Was it just me or were those clothes horrible?
They were terrible. There were nothing interesting about them. She clearly had no hand in designing them. Why am I going to go buy an Evelyn Lozada top when you have nothing to do with it? Like, I didn't understand.
But not only nothing to do with it, what about those clothes made me say I shouldn't buy that sweatsuit at Target? I should buy it from Evelyn Lozada.
Because there was a little curve on the bottom of the t-shirt.
I was like, well, who created this Lululemon knockoff loungewear for Kmart line?
Well, she found the son of the guy who started Jordache or whatever.
Jordache?
That's what she said.
First of all, I didn't even hear that, so good catch on that. And Jordache, has anybody seen Jordache? Last time I had on a pair of Jordache, I was about to say last time I had on some Jordache, I think I might have been 6. Evelyn?
Yeah, it's just, so that's I think the main problem with the show, and that's why there's zero of anything interesting happening on the show. Everybody's on some tour. Now, Suzie, I think, is the only one who's trying to find herself now.
Right.
I guess she hasn't had a voice, you know, previously. I think she's been the doormat. Now all of a sudden she decides to get her blood up, except it's with one of the most boring people on the show, which is Tasha. So their little encounter about, you know, Tasha giving her the hand was so silly and childish. I really felt like I was watching 13-year-olds for real.
Okay, so back to what you just said a moment ago at the beginning about Suzie being the doormat, right? So, as a new viewer to the show, you can get caught in that trap. Suzie, I see you. At the beginning of this whole series, you were one of the wildest and most out of control people on the show. I don't know if it was season 1 or season 2, but I don't remember which. There is a scene where Suzie is in a cafe in Miami and gets into a fist fight with a groupie, throwing drinks in the groupie's face, screaming on the girl. Absolutely. Suzie has been humbled by the fights that she has been in on this show. When she came to the show, she had as much bravado and machismo as every other girl on the show. The problem is that she couldn't go toe-to-toe with the Tammys and the Evelyns of the world, and they disciplined her. And so over time, she's become this mild-mannered, Suzie doesn't want to bother anybody personality. But I remember you, and I don't appreciate the fact that you're trying to act like I don't remember you. You were out of control.
You fooled me, Suzie.
You fooled Peg.
I really thought that you were just this wild-mannered girl. And
go to the archives.
Now you gotta find, you borrowing little Tammy. And
how about go get old Suzie? Forget little Tammy. Go get old Suzie, because you were out of control. Yes. All right.
All right.
But the fight in and of itself, I don't even want to call that a fight. It was the oddest thing ever. I was actually talking to someone about the show yesterday, and she said, didn't you think it was funny how Tasha couldn't move in front of the camera? How she was like scooting to go sit down on that seat because she didn't know her space in the camera. But anyways, F you. F you. F you harder. F you harder.
Who walks in to someone's apartment anyway and starts out with, first of all, F you? What do you mean? That's not a conversation. But she didn't go there for a conversation, right? She went there to start a fight and to say, don't disrespect me, or, you know, because Tasha made that little hand gesture. And Tasha, you know, I think Tasha did make an attempt in the beginning to try to say, hey, look, let's calm down. Let's bring it back to a conversational level. Suzie was having none of it. She had her agenda. She was bringing little Tammy. And it was so stupid. Now, what I did think was really funny was when Tasha, she kicked her out, which I thought, yes, that's the right move. But she can't leave it at that. She runs into the hallway and starts arguing with Suzie there. And even Suzie was like, are you chasing me now? And Suzie said something, I was like, ooh. And she was like, what, you chasing me like you chase your husband? I was like, oh, no.
Well, then, Tasha pulled out the classic card, at least I have a husband.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the classic married woman's trump card. Oh, single girl, look at you lonely at the elevator. You ain't got nobody. You about to get on that elevator by yourself. I may be chasing, but at least I got a man to chase. Ah, look at my finger. Ah. You know, I mean, honestly, Tasha...
Oh, so true.
so the whole fight fight was ridiculous, and I can't understand why Suzie has not enrolled in the Nene Leakes school of getting it done verbally. Like, you know, I love a Nene Leakes from Real Housewives of Atlanta fight, because she knows how to bring, like, she lays the groundwork, she presents the crescendo, she addresses the issues, and then it just goes from there. Suzie needs to enroll.
Listen, not just anybody can do that, my friend.
That's skillful, right?
Is the queen. I can't do that.
I'm working on it. I'm looking for people to tell off so I can practice my skills.
Maybe you would read somebody.
Yes. Suzie didn't read. She came in like a hurricane.
Right.
But a dumb one.
Yeah, it was like a tropical storm.
We're going to come back next week, begrudgingly, to review this show, because we're not quitters. We're not going to quit on this show. Although, my understanding is that VH1 has quit on Basketball Wives. That's my understanding.
Shocker.
And that there are no more seasons.
I'm so surprised.
There are no more seasons of the show. But anyways, we will be back next week. Come back. Watch the review, because you know that the review is better than the show at this point.
Hopefully. I mean, it can't be, the bar is very low. All right, everyone. Please remember to subscribe to our channel.
Right.
And give us a thumbs up and let us know what you think in the comments.
Absolutely. And make sure to check out the other videos on our channel. All right.
Bye.
Bye.